Hi, I'm Max. If you didn't know already, Gus Johnson just put out a new apology video, and it's a freaking mess. I just want to take this video, talk about it. We're looking at a 4-minute video, so right out the gates, I could tell it was not going to be a good one, but let's dive into it and talk about it.
Hi everyone, I'm sorry I didn't make this video sooner. I stepped away from social media for the last 3 months to really reevaluate everything that's going on in my life right now, and I'm here to talk to you today about everything that's been.
Let's not forget about the fact that he wasn't actually away from social media for 3 months. There's literally a video on his channel. It says, "This kid in gym class who always got an ice pack 1 month ago." That's not 3 months.
Been happening. A few months ago, my ex-girlfriend posted a video that talked about a very difficult and painful experience that we went through in a relationship together over 3 years ago. It dealt with an unexpected pregnancy that turned out to be ectopic and the subsequent long recovery process that followed. And I just want to talk to you about that time today. I think that during that time I was so close to the situation that I was not able to fully realize and understand the pain that my partner was going through.
That line didn't ever make sense to me, and it still doesn't. How can you be so close to a situation and not understand it? Isn't that how you understand a situation?
And I was not able to fully understand the impact that I had on that situation. I think that I was so caught up.
You didn't understand the impact because you ran away from the situation and because you're not smart or mature.
In my own overwhelming fear of what was going on, that it made it difficult for me to see through that, to really connect with and understand her sense of fear. As the medical situation continued to last for many months with no end in sight, there were just times that I just said some stupid stuff.
Dude, he literally got scared of becoming a father, right?
And some things that just caused my partner additional hurt. And I think that I said these things to inflate my own sense of right.
This feels very vague, how he keeps saying these things. He won't actually, go into what he said. And again, this can be controversial because people will say that, the internet doesn't have to know everything. But then people also will say that he should be talking about this stuff, which it's probably important if you're going to put out an apology video to kind of get into this and talk about your own fault. But let's continue this video.
Righteousness, because I felt so drained from the situation, and I was so afraid of what was to come, and there didn't seem like there was any end in sight. And I think I'd gotten to the point where I had convinced myself that I was doing everything that I could do and that I was saying everything that I should say, and I thought that I was doing everything right.
But how? He literally left her all alone in this terrible situation, and it's crazy because when you go to the comments section of this video, there's at first he was deleting or hiding all of the people that were against him in this, but now when you go to this, you still see some comments here from people that are just blowing this off like it's nothing, and it's really scary. I'm so glad this apology is sincere. No playing the victim, just an explanation of what happened and an apology. And it's very weird because of how serious this situation is, that it feels like these people aren't understanding the severity of this whole situation and what Sabrina went through.
And it became frustrating, and I felt so defeated, and it took me a while to realize that I was actively making the situation worse and adding additional hurt, and that's realization has just left me feeling so foolish and ashamed. This medical situation happened over 3 years ago, and we continued to date for a few more years after that happened. And during those few years, we talked about this medical time a lot, and we sought couples therapy.
Whoa, pump the brakes there. I just saw a tweet from Sabrina that literally says right here, "Never been to couples therapy a day in my life." So he just straight up made that up and just lied to his audience about this.
Together and individual therapy, and this was discussed at length.
That does pose the question, did he actually go to therapy, or is that another lie? I don't know. I don't know the actual answer to that question.
And I think that it just took me a while to really realize my shortcomings during this time and the impact that I'd had on my partner in this terrible period, and how my words and actions made the situation worse.
I don't know, this just doesn't feel very sincere to me. It just feels very yeah, I kind of fucked up and I made some mistakes, and I don't feel good about it. That's like kind of what I've got from this so far.
And that was something that was hard to realize and just made me feel very foolish and remorseful for
It's like the second time he said he's felt foolish. He just keeps resorting back to that.
my behavior at certain periods during that time. One thing that's been made clear to me is that I have a tendency to just kind of shut down and shut off and shut out during times of crisis. I think that when
This doesn't make sense in context with what he's about to say. Let's continue.
stuff goes wrong, I historically I've just been somebody that thinks, all right, well, I'm gonna grab the wheel. I'll take care of this. I'll get in. I'll make the decisions and I'll help everybody. I'll get everyone out of this situation. And I've just realized,
Wait, so if you go to help the situation and go into it, then why'd you just say that you like run away from the situation? This feels really manipulative, right?
over the last few years especially, that is not a very positive way to tackle every situation, and that leads to people just feeling left out and disrespected and steamrolled. And it was a struggle
I don't know about you, but this to me feels like a third or fourth grader's attempt to apologize. This just doesn't feel sincere, okay?
for me to identify that, and that is something that I've just been trying to work on and just rework in myself during these difficult periods. My partner and I split up a few months ago, and I'm glad that she's finding a new sense of self. And I'm really glad that she feels comfortable sharing this story as part of her healing journey, and I hope she keeps doing it. I just feel so foolish for the
Third time on foolish.
shortcomings that I brought forth during this time, and I just feel incredibly regretful for just the dumb stuff that I said. I'm sorry that I caused
Why can't he like admit to the dumb stuff he said and talk about it and say why it's wrong? It just seems like such a vague video to be apologizing in front of a 3.3 million person audience, right? Gus is 26 years old making this apology. Pretty embarrassing, right?
her hurt during this time, and I'm sorry that I was not the partner that she needed during this really difficult period. And the hurt is extended beyond that. There are a number of people who engage with my content or who I work with professionally that have been negatively affected as a result.
Yeah, you negatively affected just so many people. This really doesn't seem like it's that difficult of a thing. Like, he could have just been there for her, right? And not totally ran away from the situation and ignored her. I don't know, it feels like he could have just handled this as an adult maturely, but that's not.
Result of my actions and my words. And I just would like to extend my sincerest apologies to these people as well. I hate disappointing people, and I want my pages and platforms to be a place where folks can come to get a little bright spot of happiness and get distracted from a lot of the negativity that's going on. And I'm so sorry for disappointing for so many people. I really am. I hope that my former partner can use this moment in time to heal and find some peace. And I wish her the best.
And that's the whole video. I think with all the time that he talks about he had to sit down and think about his own health, he could have made either a much better video or a much more sincere video, to be honest. And I don't plan to watch his videos or follow him on the internet anymore. This is not a good video, and that's my take on it. Moral of the story is that the fans are going to go one of two ways. It's either people are not going to watch his videos, or they're going to watch them, and the people that are going to watch them are people that probably don't understand how severe the situation is. It's kind of sad to see, because on YouTube, historically, you see YouTubers making apology videos, and then they do something really bad, and they come right back. So I hope that this is not an apology to come back next week or the week after. That would be very disheartening. I think he's got a lot of work to do, if you ask me, that I would think would take professional help. I think there's a lot of different ways he can go about handling this situation still that need to be attended to. That is my take on it. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.